For centuries, we've been taught that the Roman Empire fell in 476 AD, when the last Western emperor was deposed. But this is a myth. The Eastern Roman Empire, centered in Constantinople, thrived for nearly 1,000 years longer. It preserved Roman law, culture, and military might. The so-called falls was merely a political shift, not the end of Rome. While the West crumbled, the East endured. The Byzantine Empire, as we now call it, became the true heir of Rome. With its capital in Constantinople, it controlled key trade routes and maintained a powerful army. Emperors like Justinian sought to reclaim lost territories, proving Rome's spirit lived on. Emperor Justinian I dreamed of restoring Rome's glory. His armies reconquered Italy, North Africa, and parts of Spain. He codified Roman law, creating the Justinian Code, which influenced legal systems for centuries. But his wars drained the treasury, and the empire never fully recovered. In 541 AD, disaster struck. The plague of Justinian ravaged the empire, killing millions. Cities emptied, trade collapsed, and the army weakened. The empire never regained its former strength. This was the first great blow to Byzantium's survival. In the 7th century, a new power emerged, Islam. Arab armies, fueled by religious zeal, conquered Persia, Egypt, and Syria. Byzantium lost its richest provinces. Though Constantinople held firm, the empire was now a shadow of its former self. Internal strife nearly tore Byzantium apart. The iconoclast movement, which rejected religious icons, divided the empire for over a century. Emperors and clergy clashed, weakening the state. Only in 843 AD was the crisis resolved, but the damage was done. In the 9th century, Byzantium experienced a revival. The Macedonian dynasty restored stability, expanded borders, and patronized arts and learning. Constantinople became the cultural capital of Europe. For a time, it seemed Rome's legacy would endure forever. In 1095, the First Crusade was launched. Western knights marched east, ostensibly to aid Byzantium against the Turks. But tensions flared. The Crusaders saw Byzantines as decadent and untrustworthy. The stage was set for betrayal. In 1204, the unthinkable happened. Crusaders, diverted by Venetian greed, sacked Constantinople. They looted churches, burned libraries, and installed a Latin emperor. Byzantium was shattered. Though it would recover, the empire was never the same. In 1261, the Byzantines retook Constantinople. The Paleologan dynasty restored the empire, but it was a mere fragment. Surrounded by enemies, Byzantium clung to life. Its emperors became vassals, its armies dwindled. Yet the flame of Rome still flickered. In the 14th century, a new threat emerged, the Ottomans. These Turkish warriors conquered Anatolia, then turned to Europe. Byzantium, now just Constantinople and a few scraps of land, stood in their path. The end was near. In April 1453, Mehmed II laid siege to Constantinople. His army of 80,000 men faced just 7,000 defenders. The Byzantines, led by Emperor Constantine XI, knew this was their last stand. The fate of Rome hung in the balance. On May 29, the Ottomans launched their final attack. After weeks of bombardment, the walls were breached. The defenders fought desperately, but the tide turned. Constantine XI died in the chaos, sword in hand. Rome's last emperor fell with his city. The Ottomans renamed Constantinople Istanbul and made it their capital. Hagia Sophia became a mosque. Byzantine scholars fled to Italy, sparking the Renaissance. Rome's legacy lived on, but its empire was gone. The fall of 1453 marked the true end of antiquity. The fall of Byzantium reshaped the world. It marked the rise of the Ottomans, the decline of Christendom, and the birth of modern Europe. Rome's legacy endured in law, culture, and religion. The empire may have fallen, but its influence never faded.